Well, everybody pretty well in the farming industry knows that we have a biogas plant. And the first question, how's it doing? What's production? It's taken a lot more of my time, but as far as the revenue stream, it's really added to the bottom line of our operation. My name is Greg Blois. We farm in Gore, Hants County, Nova Scotia. We've got a dairy, blueberry, and biogas operation. The farm name's Courthouse Hill Farm and Courthouse Hill Energy. Now, we started this project because this farm has always gone in different directions. It's not just a dairy farm, it's had other entities, and we were looking for another source of income. We have a dairy operation, we milk 150 cows, and we have a wild blueberry operation. 2018, we started biogas production. It hasn't had any complexity to the dairy operation at all. The government wanted to promote green energy, and knowing the cost of it, they would provide a 20-year contract at a negotiated price that is profitable to do so. There was a lot of time we spent on our own. We had our own excavation equipment, and we were lucky enough that we didn't have to haul rock in. We're on a fairly rocky base here, so the structural part of the digester wasn't a big deal here. The plant capacity is, we are permanent for 18,000 tons of food waste. The generator has a full capacity of 633 kilowatts. The digestate, we just have more of it to deal with, but the plus side is the extra nutrients in it.
My name is Courtney Blois. I'm a professional agrologist, and I do the nutrient management planning for my family's farm. Now that we have the extra volume of digestate to use on our land, we have been able to decrease our recommended amounts of chemical fertilizer by 20%.
We've cut our fertilizer requirement back quite a bit, and the second and third cuts we used to come in with ammonium nitrate, which we're not doing anymore. We're adding the digestate to it.
We're able to apply it to, say, after a cut off of a grass field, and not apply any other fertilizers and come out with a lusher, deeper green crop than had we applied chemical fertilizer.
I would have to say this year we breathed a little bit of sigh of relief because of having the in-storage tank full. We weren't as vulnerable of high fertilizer prices because we didn't need to use as much chemical fertilizers this year. We haven't had any complaints as far as spreading digestate for many of the neighbors. And as far as the smell, it is a different smell than cow manure, but fresh cow manure is quite pungent, and I would say this is a little more neutral of a smell.
Our Fitec system separates out the plastics before the digestate reaches end storage, so it's never applied to our land. Some of the feedstocks that we've used in our digester include source-separated organic waste, manure, waste beer, spoiled milk, fish waste, expired vegetables, grease trap materials.
It's a lot easier to mix than a manure pit because the solids are pretty well gone. You can put an agitator in there very quickly and agitate the pit up in 15-20 minutes, and when we used to use our standard manure pit and agitate that, you could be agitating for a day and using a lot of fuel to keep it mixed, and you'd have to do it on a daily basis because the solids would separate.
When we're using digestate as opposed to just manure, we see less weeds travel through in the seed because it's a processed product while still maintaining the nutrient value that we would see from just manure.
You could certainly put on chemical fertilizer a lot faster than digestate, but you're still going to have to use your manure anyway and spread that, so it's kind of bringing the two spreadings together in one, and being that the digestate is a higher value than the manure. I do see quite a difference in second, third cuts. The grass is greener, lusher, and it seems to respond quicker with digestate than it would be manure.
With the application of digestate and our lowered amounts of chemical fertilizer, we've been able to maintain or increase yield in all of the crops that we grow.
For phase 2 of our operation, we are looking at renewable natural gas and cleaning it up and compressing it. We're not on a pipeline here, but I've talked to a gas buyer that they're interested in taking our gas and cleaning it, compressing it, loading it on CNG trailers, and then taking it to the customers. We don't need to be on a pipeline.
I would tell other farmers or agronomists working with digesters or looking into it, that it's a great idea for their crops, it's got great fertility value, and it's definitely something to look into using.
Oh, it was a great learning experience. We learned a lot, and we're ready to go forward on the next one.